We have had very hard days, very heartbreaking days, and you are going to allow me, as Pilar has done, that my first words are for the victims, for the families, for the neighbors of Adamus, and also of Barcelona. All the love for the victims and the families of those tragic farm accidents. All the pride of those public servants, also of the institutions that have worked in a coordinated and loyal way, in a united way, to respond to this tragedy, as we always do, the Spaniards, with unity, with loyalty, with empathy, and with efficiency. And I also want to say it, all my recognition to the Minister of Transport, Oscar Puente, who is managing and facing this tragedy from the first moment. Because that is the difference. That is the difference between some and others. Unfortunately, in life, tragedies happen, but it is not the same how to respond to those tragedies. And this government has responded by putting the victims in the center of its priorities, with empathy, with efficiency, with transparency, and with unity, leaving aside the sterile political confrontation that diverts us from the main objective, which is to respond to the victims and restore a railway service that is admired all over the world. Notice that even this week, in which I had the opportunity to be in Brussels, and I received the criticism of the President of the United States saying that Spain is not spending 5% of its gross domestic product in defense, I want to remind the Spaniards the following. Spain and this government feel very proud of its armed forces. We feel very proud, if you know it very well, here in Brussels. And today, Spain dedicates almost 34 billion euros to the defense budget to strengthen the armed forces. But we also understand that security is guaranteed by good armed forces, as well as good forces and security bodies of the state, but also by social cohesion. And at the same time that we are strengthening the defense of our country, especially to guarantee security throughout Europe. And this is the question, comrades, the pride of defending what we are doing in Spain and also defending what we are defending in the world. Because if something has become clear to us after a year of US administration, it is that for the far right it was never the United States first. It was always the United States alone and exclusively. And we are a government and a society that will always defend positive and constructive relations with all the administrations of all countries. And we defend transatlantic relations from equal to equal. And what we are not going to accept is the transatlantic despotism that some administrations pose, questioning even the territorial sovereignty of some of the countries, as is the case of Denmark and Greenland. Therefore, we are proud of what we are defending, because we are not the last in Europe. We are the seed of a new Europe that is going to grow and germinate during the next few years, thanks also to the contribution of the progressive coalition government in Spain. The PPP stops talking. The PPP is that it does not understand because, of course, in the European Parliament, they vote in favor of the EU-Mercosur agreement. And then Mr. Fayou comes here and says that it should not be applied. There will be greater cynicism, but greater cynicism is that of Vox. Because just as they say that it should not be applied, and we are against the agreement with the Mercosur, it is good that they shut up when the voice of the master says, "Aranceles to Europe because Mr. Trump wants it." And they shut up because they are lackeys and they are the voice of their master.
Porque al igual que dicen que no se aplique y estamos en contra del acuerdo con el Mercosur, bien que se callan cuando la voz del amo dice aranceles a Europa porque lo quiere el señor Trump. Y se callan porque son lacayos y son la voz de su amo.